so collective. Collective. What it be like, homies? Oh, I love you so much. We are so excited to be with you. Marie! Hey, boo! Thank you so much for being here. Come get a little frequency. I love you. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, everybody. We are so excited to be here with you. We love connecting with you in this very unique way. We're doing, well, Spirit said positive. We're doing YouTube live and we're doing TikTok live at the same time because can't nobody stop us, okay? Can't nobody stop us shine. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Because there are some haters that are trying to stop the something that's inevitable. It always reminds me of the song by Alicia Keys. What's it called? Unbreakable, I think. Moment of honesty. Someone's gotta take the lead tonight. Who's it gonna be? Me. And Spirit. I'm here with my very own spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle. My name is Patience, your favorite psychic spirit medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about non-physical energy, where we show you through example of our own experiences that you are a non-physical entity of frequency and vibration having a human experience. You are not human having a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And so we have come to a level of understanding by accepting that fact or that truth to us. That's what we believe. And it has helped us be master manifestors, co-creators of the universe, co-creating in this very unique way with you. And we're so happy to be of service. That is our main goal. That's what makes us happy. That's what fills our hearts, is to be of service to the collective. And oh, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful to have you here. If you're here for some kind of healing that I can provide for you. So I'm so grateful for you to be here. And I'm just here to show you that you are loved, that you are first and foremost a pure positive being of frequency. And we hope that it helps in any way, shape, or form. So I'm a childhood psychic. I'm just going to say my spiel. We're childhood psychic. We were born psychic. We were born this way. We believe through the information I get from Spirit that everybody is born psychic. Everybody has had those intuitive hits where you knew somebody was going to call, or you knew somebody was not a good eggs, or you weren't you weren't resonating with someone, so you don't want to be their friend, or you don't want to talk to them. Those are intuitive hits. Those are your emotions telling you intuitively that you're not feeling it. You're just not feeling it. And those are the things that you need to follow. Those are the things that your soul provides, your non-physical energy provides to your physical vessel, that are to help you, but we ignore it very often. So often we ignore those things, and we end up following things that we think in our head are good for us, instead of following those intuitive hits, those nudges that we get from our spirit guides and from our angels and our non-physical friends, our ancestors that are always here. You're never alone. You're never ever alone. Everybody has a spirit team. God would not send you here on this mission without some kind of help to provide some kind of guidance for you. But we forget that, and we don't ask. We don't ask for help. And so we hope that by showing you how we have been asking, and we have been getting the intuitive hits, and we've been observing the information and putting it out for you on our TikTok 444 on the clock, learning our psychic ability from childhood that we repressed up until, thank you so much, up until 4 or 5 years ago. I'm 41 now. And we decided to empower ourselves and to trust that Spirit always has your back. Spirit always has your back. Spirit always wants what's best for you. Spirit would never tell you to do something that didn't feel right, that wasn't for the highest good, that wasn't with love. And it's always a suggestion. They never make you do anything. They never make it urgent, so urgent that you have to do it. You have to, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Reno. You have to be discerning. And we did do a podcast, the latest podcast on Spirit News, called The Art of Spiritual Discernment, which we highly recommend that you Napoleon. Spirit just said Napoleons. You know what? Okay, we have that episode on Spirit News if you want to learn how to activate your own gift of discernment that you were born with. Hi everybody. And we just want to thank you so much for being here. We are so grateful for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, the donations, the emails of confirmation of your stories. We're so grateful to be here. And we hope that it helps in any way, shape, or form. So we're learning how to read energy on this platform, on these platforms, and anybody can read energy. And we're learning how to do it in real time with you guys by using game cards, books. Um, we use Trivia Pursuit. We use all kinds of things to, because everything's energy and it's just your interpretation of it. So we're learning how to interpret spirit talk, which is very symbolic. It's always symbolic. Sometimes it's not as literal as our mind wants to make it. And in this time, we're going into heart consciousness. We're going from the mind to the heart. We're going to be more in tune with our emotions. Our emotions are our guidance system, our GPS. And so when we're talking with spirit, I'm finding in my observations that um, it's not so much the way we would talk with a human. It's like visions. It's trusting those visions you get, your imagination. It's dateless. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting because okay, let me stop talking. Okay, so the energy is fluid. It can be past, present, or future. Now, when I first started this reading, I did my prayers, I did my protection, I did all that, my cleansing, and I was asking Spirit to connect with O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown Simpson, and so far Spirit has said dateless and Napoleon, like Napoleon, like isn't that when people have a Napoleon complex, you know? Let me write that down. And dateless, which I know just from watching, I grew up watching the O.J. Simpson trial. He may have been extremely jealous, and he may, I don't know. We'll see. So I asked for them to come through today to give us a higher perspective of their human experience. So I don't know if they're gonna come through. I have to say for legal reasons um that this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know if it's true. I can't prove any of it. I'm just reading the energy, and so whatever comes through, take it with a grain of salt, but just pack it away in your mind file cabinet. It always reminds me of the way you should catalog information that you're intaking. Remember that movie Dreamcatcher by Stephen King? He There's a character in that movie that had psychic abilities, and they're please sing an Adele song. That's so funny. I don't know why you come on here want me to sing Adele songs. I can't even sing like Adele. Even though in my mind I wish I could. But there's a character who's psychic who got psychic abilities because they had an autistic friend who was extraterrestrial, and who transferred psychic abilities to them. And this man could file away a multitude of information, and the way he would hello from Portugal, and the way that he would file it was using his imagination and imagining his mind like a giant library of files and stuff, and it gave him a photographic memory. I don't know why that's pertinent. Someone may have a photographic memory or something like that. Okay. So we're going to try to connect with O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown Simpson. We would love to get their human experience, their perspective of their human experience. That would be fantastic. So we can understand what the hell happened there. Okay. Holy Divine Spirit, please be with me. I'm so grateful for the messages. Why don't we do a song? Let's start with a song. Okay, Holy Divine Spirit, I love you so much. Can you please give us a song to help us understand or help us start this mystery? Please give us the clues. I'm going to do I'm going to do number 6. Okay. Oh, Spirit said old mine, Napoleon, and dateless. Confusion spell. Sudden death. Confusion spell. Spirit just gave me confusion spell. Sudden death. It doesn't have any words though, which is interesting because confusion spell, death, sudden death, just like Nicole Brown Simpson. Come through, Spirit, come through. Sudden death, confusion spell. Confusion spell. I don't know much about spells, so I'm just gonna look it up. Confusion spells. In Dungeons and Dragons, the confusion spell affects creatures within a 10-foot radius of a chosen point and causes them to have delusions and act uncontrollably. To avoid being affected, creatures must pass a wisdom saving throw. What? Assaults and twists creature's mind. The spell assaults and twists creature's mind, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. Symptoms of sudden confusion. Sudden confusion spells. Distractibility, rambling speech, changes in alertness, delirium. What? Neurology. What are spells in neurology? Recurrent or paroxysmal events that involve transient alteration in the level of consciousness. The episodes are discrete, reoccur, and share similar characteristics to one another. Huh. Spirit, are you saying that one of these people were under some kind of confusion spell? A neurological confusion spell. Droops. Interesting. Confusion goes a great way with essence of bend over, with court case and law keep away, and with a full range of confusion. Do as I say. I don't know where this is going, but clearly the message is there was someone under some kind of, and then look here, sudden death confusion spell. Again, the song that that Spirit gave us on Spotify. Okay. Essential neurology. Loss of brain function. Illness in a person with a neurological disease. Okay. Definitely, Spirit said. One of these people had some kind of confusion spell on them. All right, let's continue. Puppet Master! I miss you too, Puppet Master. Thanks for being here. Let's find out what this confusion spell's all about. Where should we go? Let's do the dream decoder. Let's do the dream decoder. Okay, we could possibly be tapping into the energy of O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown Simpson. Let's find out what happened. Holy Divine Spirit, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for the messages. I have everything I need and I'm happy right now and I'm so grateful for all my blessings. Please be with me. Please give me another clue. Stars, galaxies, constellations, nebula. Someone's head was in the clouds. Someone was full of gas over someone extremely beautiful. Something that couldn't be seen with the naked eye, like a nebula. Someone who has their pictures taken regularly. Someone may have been in a dream-like state and couldn't understand shape or color. The nebula was resembling something familiar. Or something, I'm sorry, something that is usually a familiar object was appearing abstract. They were in some kind of cloud that medium. Spirit just said medium. That's me. So somebody here, or Spirit is saying that somebody here was in a haze and not fully understood what was blocking their path. Something that was usually familiar appeared to be abstract, something that was extremely beautiful. It was like they were in a dream. It was like they were in a dream. They didn't have the true concept of the remoteness and the size of a galaxy. It represented immeasurable distance and fascination. They were influenced by something. They were influenced by photographs. Something they saw was not appearing the way that it was. It was altered in some way. Confusion. Arsenal. Someone confused this person to look at something that was extremely beautiful and familiar in a very abstract way. To block them, to block their path to the future. Interesting. Somebody here symbolized hope, wish, and ambition. A star. They had strength and resilience. Someone close to them around whom your life revolves. So someone was the star here, a happy dreamer, someone who was resilient and brought excitement and joy. Someone feared change and they dreaded leaving behind the familiar. They felt like they had to control their life because they felt like their life was being taken from them. Someone who was their someone who their life revolved around, who brought joy, who expanded their horizons, who brought excitement, felt like they were losing control of this star. It may have put them under some kind of confusion. Can you please tell me more? Greed, fear, hate, emotions. Oh, I gotcha. This person had a Napoleon. O.J. Simpson may have had a Napoleon complex that made him very emotional, that made him very dangerous and ugly sometimes. He had a hatred because he was insecure. There's something he was very insecure about that he was ignoring that made things worse. He didn't want to address or manage properly his deep, lasting emotional concerns. and dreaming was a way to cope. Acting out our loathing mentally rather and inflicting it on others. Spirit said disagree. So there's something about maybe he wasn't, well, he was under a confusion, something about confusion. So I don't know if Spirit's saying that his emotions led him to view Nicole in a way that wasn't true because of his own inability to control his emotions, because he felt like he was losing her. He didn't want to lose her, but he was ignoring his ugly emotions. So I don't know if he was. So Spirit said confusion and spell. So what I know about magic is you if you already have an underlying emotional mm, uh, unprocessed emotion, if you already have that and someone sends you energy manipulation, it will amplify that emotion. It will trigger that emotion. It will make it more. It will make it amplified. And if you're under that energy manipulation, it can occur through this said that they saw a picture or something. So if somebody was telling them that Nicole's doing this and that, look at this picture I have, and that's what their emotional state is, that's a form of manipulation. That's a form of energy manipulation. And so therefore it would amplify that emotion. Okay? So it would amplify that emotion and make him dangerous, make this a dangerous person. So there's something about greed as well. And he did fear losing this person. He knew that he didn't want to reveal the source of the fear that he had. So he was never straightforward. He did There's something about being in a dreamlike state. You know that saying, I saw red, and then when people fly into an angry rage, they don't remember like what they did. It kind of has that kind of energy. Just something some he was already manipulated by some kind of photograph or something that triggered his anger, something that he had been ignoring for a long time, and there may have been some kind of infliction of that emotion onto somebody. Letter. I told you, some kind of photograph or something he saw. Maybe Nicole wrote him a letter like, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go." Maybe she wanted a divorce. Unadulterated joy. It was his deepest fear though to lose her because she was the only thing that brought joy to his life. But he culls. What does culls mean? Culls. 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 Select from a large quantity obtained from a variety of sources. Slaughter of wild animals. I'm gonna say it for the data, and I don't know if it's true yet, but we'll see if it comes out. I think that OJ Simpson may have had other love interests besides Nicole Simpson. I think because of his repressed unprocessed emotions, it's that classic dynamic of a man who keeps the woman he knows is the best for him, but yet at the same time cannot commit to her or treat her good or do the right thing, you know? So there's something here with possibly a third party. He feared losing. That could be why Nicole wrote him a letter, and somebody he was in a third party with may have had a hatred for Nicole, a dangerous, ugly emotion that OJ Simpson didn't want to acknowledge, or that was ignoring, and it made things worse. It needed to be addressed and managed properly to avoid deep, lasting harm. But OJ Simpson possibly didn't know how to deal with this conflict. One spirit, thank you. OJ Simpson may have had a third party that was jealous of Nicole Simpson, and Nicole Simpson may have known about this third party and wanted a divorce. But OJ Simpson has unprocessed emotions that keep him from treating Nicole the way he should, or he has to have some kind of fantasy going, or he has some kind of what I'm getting is what they're telling me is he has some kind of adrenaline addiction where he has to constantly be in like competition or doing something exciting, or it says have a variety of excitement, whether that's with a stranger or doing things, being an adulterer. It's not so much that he wants to do it, but it's a compulsion. It's something that he feels like he has to do, which makes sense because he was a football player for all those years. Imagine, hi Robin, imagine being that football player that got that adrenaline hit every day by, didn't he win the Heisman or something? Or, he was a good football player, I recall. So he may have, in his retirement, he may have still had that need to have that level of validation all the time. Thank you, spirits. They just said I'm intelligent. Thanks. Okay, so there's also an element of greed here. Something about money. It says insecurity and feelings of inferiority. So there was also if material possessions and something that they might lack personal merit. I told you Nicole Simpson was going to leave him. She would have taken, half. It's usually half in a divorce or something like that. You get half, depending on, how it goes. It's usually half or more, okay? So that's another element of this situation. He feared losing his possessions, and he felt like if he lost all of his possessions, of his money, of his objects, then he'd be insecure and inferior. He lacks self-worth, okay? He has all these things to boost his ego. It says jealousy and envy right here. But he walked all over Nicole like a carpet because when you do not value yourself or understand your self-worth, you will project that onto the person who cares about you the most. It's just what happens. It's a mirror, okay? So, I want to know more about this third party, a celebrity, possibly a dancer or celebrity or somebody who is in theater or in entertainment. Somebody that they were involved with. The third party was someone in entertainment. Someone who may perform in front of an audience. Someone who it says pole dancing, could have been a stripper. Doesn't have to be, but somebody who appears for large numbers of the general public and is well known and recognized. They may have been cheating with somebody famous. that was jealous and envious of Nicole Brown Simpson. Spirit said Omar. Omar can be significant. They had to perform. They were in a performance, these two. They weren't, they were, Nicole may have been acting out, may have completely been acting completely different than their real selves, or this third party was acting different than their real selves to OJ Simpson. Hmm. Yeah, he did it for the thrill. He was with this person for the thrill. This person is like-minded in that they both are risk takers. They both do weird things for adrenaline because they have emotional issues. They have to be the center of attention all the time. They have to be in the limelight. They always have to be competing with people, being the best, things like that. They always have to be having the most attention in the room. This person, this third party that OJ Simpson was cheating with, was possibly jealous and envious of Nicole Brown Simpson because she had OJ Simpson's heart. And no matter what, this person couldn't change that. It could have been an up and selflessness, thank you, Spirit. It could have been an up and coming person in the entertainment industry who wanted to have celebrity. Somebody who maybe OJ Simpson said, yeah, I can hook you up, but it wasn't really true. It wasn't something that he really was like behind because he had because Nicole Brown Simpson has his heart, but he didn't treat her right. And he had a powerful tool of communication, and this third party may have recognized that and was determined to determined to execute this um segue. She wanted to use him for his celebrity so she could be famous, she or he, I don't know. Because this third party wanted to be associated with royalty. Okay, they wanted to have extremely expensive things. they wanted to they wanted OJ to distance themselves from Nicole Brown Simpson, but they often found it difficult to do so. Symbolic of death and mourning, something hidden, occult things. This third party this third party had associations with some kind of dark occult or religious academic background. Is that where the confusion spell comes from? They're depressed and feel lost and confused. They want this person to be their anchor, to keep them out of the dark in their waking life. But they've participated in some sort of ceremony. 11 o'clock, thank you, Spirit. Something they did to establish important business function. They thought they had to do this as an alternative method that was unusual to make their dreams come true. They may have inflicted a suffering of death of a family to inflict grief and mourning. Okay, Spirit says no. They definitely were in some kind of depression and sought counsel, some kind of dark counsel that had them participate in some kind of ceremony to change their circumstances associated with this dream they're trying to make come true. They may have went to some kind of occultist or someone that does spells and said they may have paid for some kind of look feeling lost or confused. They may have paid to project some kind of spell work onto OJ Simpson to make them confused about Nicole Brown Simpson. Husband! Confirmation. Damn. So OJ Simpson could have possibly committed the crime, but under some kind of confusion spell that was activated or projected by this third party that wanted this person to themselves to enhance their celebrity to help their career. But I think it obviously went really wrong, okay? Obviously went really wrong. Spirit, please continue giving us the messages. What happened? They may have one outside of themselves. Like, I don't know if they were involved in a dark occult practices already, or if they, because of this situation, because of his inability to commit to them, they went to an occultist and paid to project this kind of energy onto this husband. Spirit just said husband. And it went wrong because, like I said, OJ Simpson already had a unprocessed emotion. Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I love you. They already had an unprocessed emotion of jealousy and envy. Okay, so the confusion spell may have amplified that, and when they saw something that was an illusion, that made something that's familiar appear to be abstract, because Nicole Brown Simpson could have possibly wanted to divorce him or not, or start dating other people. Spirit said dateless when we first started. Because of this confusion spell, it may have amplified this emotion within OJ Simpson when he saw her on a date. Damn. And because of the energy manipulation, it may have caused him to be in some kind of nebulous cloud of confusion, just utter confusion, operating at a very low frequency, able to be manipulated by energy and cause extreme conflict and aggression. I swear to God, I'm serious when I say there should be a magistrate of magic and or spell casting or energy manipulation, and it should be filled with psychics and mediums and empaths to be able to tell when somebody's been afflicted with spell work. I love you too. Love you guys. And because this is ridiculous. It's like you cannot you can't go pay or do or look up online spells to inflict on other people because you're not getting your way. Okay? That is not healthy. That is not fair. That is not something that I recommend you do. If you're not getting your way from somebody, take that as a sign that it's not meant for you, because what's meant for you will be easy. It will be fun. It will be joyful. If you are so dead set on getting your celebrity this way, it's not for you. You're not meant to be famous. Maybe you should question why you want everyone to adore you and seek validation outside of yourself, because that is not healthy either. You shouldn't want to be famous because you want everyone to pay attention to you. That's not what being famous is about. If you want to be an actor, do it because you're a thespian, because you enjoy being in character and bringing characters to life. And, rejection, yeah, if you're being rejected by something, take that as a sign that it's to protect you, that it's not meant for you, that this isn't the path that you're meant to go down. Instead, people take that and they're like, well, let me just force my way. Let me just force what I want onto people. And they create horrible situations that you can't undo. You can't undo. Look, this isn't football, but it's basketball. Isn't that funny? And O.J. Simpson played football. So this was some kind of competition. I told you this was some kind of competition. Someone cheated. Someone cheated in this competition that was one-sided. I know, I'm sorry. I became so angry because it's so annoying. It's like, Spirit just said positive. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get angry, but I'm just passionate that you can't just you can't do this to people. It's not fair. It's cheating. You're not allowing things to unfold naturally. You're not allowing things to unfold the way they're supposed to, the way they're meant to. And when you're trying to manipulate energy to get your way, you hurt people. People get hurt, okay? And it's not fair. And that's why there should be a magistrate of magic, because anyone who's practicing magic, spell casting, energy manipulation should be arrested and put under spiritual arrest. Honestly. Yeah. School singing contest. Yeah, this person wanted to be something that they're not. I love you. This means in my here answering that I like you from my heart. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I love you too. 1111. This person just wanted attention. They wanted to be famous. They did this because they saw O.J. Simpson as a meal ticket. They put a confusion spell on him because their goal was to cheat the competition, was to gain some kind of anchoring or footing to be able to control the outcome so that they would get their way, so they would get famous because this flowers, thank you, Spirit, because they wanted to be the number one. They wanted, so they were jealous and envious of Nicole Brown Simpson because they were number one to OJ. OJ was cheating on Nicole. He couldn't treat her right, but didn't want to lose her at the same time. So, whatever confusion spell that they went out of their way to pay for to project onto OJ to make them confused about Nicole, they amplified the emotion within OJ that caused him to act in a very aggressive way because they were viewing something very familiar as abstract, and it activated or triggered within them something very destructive and dangerous. Numbers. I have numbers here. I have 11, which I had 11, 11. I have 10. I have 10, 10 right now. 10, 3, 6, 9, which 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. 369 is the numbers of the universe. And I have 7, 8. I have 11, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This person may have projected multiple spells towards this couple, or they may have done this to a lot of people. This may be their like go-to thing that they do when they don't get their way. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Should have a magistrate of magic, just like Harry Potter. Office. Yeah, because look, the person that it affected the most was innocent. Was an innocent mother that wasn't doing nothing to nobody, that just wanted to live her life, that was just trying to be, that was a peaceful joy maker. You know? This reminds me of a dream I had the other day. I had a dream that there was. This is actually the opposite of that. Spirit said most likely. This is actually the opposite of my dream. Oh shoot. There we go. But it was a mother and a daughter, and what I saw was this mother. I saw a a vision of or dream of this little girl who grew up with a very promiscuous mother who was always giving herself to men to seek to get validation as a little girl. And the little girl would witness her mom acting in this way. And it's a generational curse. It carried over to her. And it caused her to grow up and be that way too. So when she wasn't getting what she wanted out of these men, she would cast spells on them, you know? So I think that's what this numbers is about. She kind of she is under an illusion. She may be possibly experiencing confusion herself at this time, or I don't know, in her life in general, because of all of the energy manipulation that she has paid for, that she's gone out of her way to do. Um It's sad. Clearly, this person has a lot of mental anguish and emotional issues that she needs to process and resolve. I told you, some kind of dark occult ritual done. Devote! Hey, Devote, thank you. Hey, honey, I'm doing a live. Okay. Okay, love you. Bye. So, yeah, she may have done some kind of ritual with some big wigs that were truly predatory animals. I told you, she sent some kind of confusion spell to somebody, possibly O.J. Simpson. But what she didn't understand about energy, and this is why we teach you about energy, is that when you manipulate someone else's energy for your own gain, because certain spirit says, because of your own inability to accept rejection or to accept a no, or thank you, Javon, clean house, yes. What you're doing is so dangerous. It's a form of a weapon. It could be a weapon. And this is what happened in this situation. We're getting a higher perspective of what happened. OJ Simpson was not in an emotional place of that was healthy, okay? He was already losing somebody who was the main center of his world that brought him the most joy. He had unprocessed emotions, he had an adrenaline addiction, and he was having third parties. He has a specific third party who has manipulated other people's energy numerous times when they don't get their way because of generational curses passed down by their mother. They were jealous and envious of Nicole Brown Simpson because they wanted to use OJ Simpson as a way to be famous, because they were dead set on using OJ to be their anchor in order to get ahead in life, to get what they wanted. When OJ Simpson said, "I don't want to mess with you no more," or he was not providing the assistance that they wanted fast enough, they decided to take measures into their own hands and sought out occult dark practices to project negative confusion spells to either both of these people or OJ Simpson. But what it did, because the energy that OJ was very low to begin with, it made absolutely, Spirit said, it was a confusion spell. And this says, here, let me look it up again, because I changed it. Confusion spells, it says right here, to cause them to have delusions and act uncontrollably, because he already had emotions of anger, jealousy, and envy. And so when this confusion spell hit him, he viewed something familiar and joyful as something abstract, and it made him act dangerously. It put him in a position to not be able to control his anger. He blacked out and he acted aggressively. And when he came to, he didn't remember what happened because he was under a cloud of confusion. And what happened in the end? to this person. He ended up leaving her anyway. He ended up leaving her anyway. So she didn't even get anything out of it. Because he ended up, so she did all this work, all this monkey work, all this painting the town red, all this shit, and she ended up drowning anyway. And not only that, she hurt an innocent person that did nothing to her. I'm telling you, magistrate of magic. So, O.J. Simpson, according to this reading, did do it, but not under the control of his own consciousness. He was under a confusion spell that was casted by a third party, that he didn't know that this person did that, because this person has generational trauma passed down from her mother, acting out of the same wound of rejection. Okay? How can we heal it? How can we heal it? Thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us. I am so grateful. Let go. Letting go. Let go. If something is not working for you, if something you're doing is not going easy, if you come across obstacle after obstacle, if it is he was also a cokehead. Yes, he was adrenaline junkie. He was constantly seeking thrills. He was addicted to that. That's why he couldn't treat Nicole right, because he was a football player used to having, acclaim. And so this person, the third party that he was with, has the same addictions. Okay, so that's what this person hissing. So that's what connected them, but he didn't know about the energy manipulation that this person resorted to, which caused him to be in this confusion spell. So everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Because of her inability to let go of being rejected, of not being the number one, of not being able to use this person to gain some kind of celebrity, she took matters into her own hands and decided, I'm going to control this outcome. No, that's not how it works. She should have just let go of the fact that it wasn't coming easy, that it wasn't flowing in that way, and let go of it. But she had to control it. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. Come through, Spirit. If she really wanted to be a celebrity, if she really wanted to be famous, ask yourself, why? Why do I want to be famous? What about being famous makes me feel good? Okay, if you want to be famous, if you want to be an actor or a singer because you just want attention, because the thought of being adored and seen makes you feel validated, that's your problem right there. You're chasing. That makes you a chaser. You're not going to get you're not going to get validation outside of yourself if you do not feel validated within. You're going to be chasing that, and therefore you're not going to get that. You're telling the universe, I don't have that. And you're doing the most to chase what you don't have. So you're telling the universe more that you don't have that. Instead, know that you desire something because it makes you feel good emotionally. There are actors that are thespians that enjoy diving deep into the art of being an actor, that have a voice that's of an angel, that wants to share their voice with the world because they feel they have some messages to share because with their voice, come from a space of wanting to be of service for the collective, of sharing your gift that's been given to you by God, not because you want attention, but because you want, when someone sings and it makes you cry, because you can feel the emotion it's it's enticing in you, that it's bringing up for you. That is where you want to come from, that place. This person desired something to make them feel better. And that's not where you want to come from. That's why this happened. Acceptance in reverse. They couldn't accept themselves, but yet here they are. Patience. Patience, that's me. They didn't have any patience. It's in reverse. Sometimes you have to be willing to let go of things that aren't. What I'm learning is that when you have a desire and you have a desire that makes you feel good emotionally, but you have an expectation of the way it's supposed to come to you, you're impatient and you don't have the ability to accept what is for you and what isn't for you, you block your path. You block your soul's path into manifesting what is for you. And you also block the universe from sending you the things you need to get what you desire. Part of getting what you desire is accepting what isn't for you. And by accepting the things that hold you back emotionally and healing those things. If you're doing drugs and you're addicted to attention and you have to be the number one and you have to ruin people's lives and pay for energy manipulation, that's something that's blocking you from getting what you desire. And that's what happened here. Right, Spirit says. Thank you so much, Holy Divine Spirit. Thank you so much to the energy of OJ and Nicole Simpson. I'm very sorry that you were victims of energy manipulation. We are learning through the energy reads that you can actually repel energy manipulation by clearing your field, by healing your wounds, by not matching the energy in which it was projected in. When you're a match to it, it will affect you. But when you heal your wounds and you learn to love yourself and you're not affected by your emotional trauma, you won't be affected by energy manipulation. Okay, you'll be protected from it. All right. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Bye, guys.